Kia ora everybody, welcome back to Mr. T's Toy House. Styling the Animal t-shirt today. My good friend, great drummer. Me being a drummer, love Animal. If it wasn't for Animal, I probably would not be drumming. I don't think the passion would have started, as I really enjoyed the Muppet Show as a child. And obviously an icon like Animal, crazy dude. When I was a young kid, I was pretty crazy. So yep, no, definitely a great thing. Thank you, Mr. Animal. Thank you, Jim Henson. Great t-shirt. Anyway, moving on. I've got some Japanese cars that I'd like to open. Sharp knife, drink of water. Cheers, everybody. Great stuff, water. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I want to show off some Japanese cars, or open some Japanese cars today. Also, Team Transport. So I've got some cars, some Team's Transport here with the cars on the back. Yep, and I'm going to show them off to you in no particular order, just as I get them. This is one I just bought recently. Actually, a few of these I bought recently. You can see on the back there. This I got this one here. This is very recent in our stores. They've only been out for a week now, so really stoked. I actually thought this one here was a little different to the other Toyota that I have. The other, is it a FJ Cruiser? Yep. But upon having a good look, I actually have exactly the same, but in a different colour. Anyway, that's all right. I'm happy because it's very cool. I like it. It looks a lot more in its scene. Excuse me. Than my other one, and I will show you the other one, and I'll explain why I think that it actually looks a little bit better in its own way. Get that out of there. We'll get that out of there. Now, Team Transport, man, they've got lots of really interesting looking haulers. Here's one here. Got a few of these now. The problem is with Team Transport, the haulers, they keep repeating themselves. There are only so many. They are slowly bringing out more, which is great to see, because I've actually got to the point where I've got so many of a particular one that I'm actually just selling them off or giving them away. But at the moment I have a man who's really into them, so he's been buying them off me. Thank you very much. The Horizon Hauler, very popular Team Transport truck. Very heavy. The only bits of plastic are these little, the bed, I guess you call it. Most of it's metal, which is very cool. You would have seen on one of my past videos, I've pulled one of these to bits so you can see what it looks like on the inside. Yeah, I like the colour of this one. It's very nice. However, I bought it for this. The FJ Cruiser. Toyota. As you guys know, I love Toyotas, and for some reason this casting catches my eye all the time, and I end up buying it. And saying that, as far as I know, there are only two castings of this. One is this particular one, and I really like this one because it looks like it belongs in a desert race, with all the tempo on it. Very cool. I like the colour. The black and the yellow looks really good. It brings out the details here. And also just makes everything look very cool. Now, the reason why I thought this was unique, I didn't realise my other piece had this, I'm not quite sure what you call it, a carry-on the top there. But it does. So here's the other one. Right there. This is the other FJ. And if you guys remember when I opened it, I'm sure this one does show off the details too. And I do like black. I love anything Hot Wheels in black, especially matte black. So you've got a bit of both on this, which is really cool. So we've got a nicely coloured one and a nice matte black one. So now I've got the both of them. I think this was from the Fast and Furious. Don't ask me what scene it came from, but yeah, I believe that's where this originally came from. Wicked, FJ Cruiser, very cool piece. I'll pop that away with the other one. Alright, next, that's actually in the same lot. I've got the Honda Civic there. Like I said, they'll be Japanese cars today. A Honda 73 Honda Civic Custom, which I actually really like. I think they're really cool, the 73s. I never owned one. I definitely saw plenty of them around. It's a cool looking piece. I love the Honda colours. And there is a Honda box set, a diorama set out there, and I think they're actually in similar colours, so maybe if I get the Honda ones I'll connect them all up. However, if you know me, I actually collect those diorama sets, and that's one of those things I struggle to open. I don't really like opening them unless randomly I've managed to buy a second one, but they are becoming rather expensive, especially if I'm buying two of them. That's over $100 here. I could be buying myself a nice Redline Club for that sort of money. Yeah, anyway, let's get it out. Yet again, the Aerolift, which is its truck, out of its package, getting further out of its package. Always lots of plastic with these tin transports. The Aerolift, this one here, cool looking look to it. Big flat nose on the front there. The background, you've got a bit of a mix of some of the bands I've played in. We're hearing right now, it's just clicked over to Dance Floor Guru. You'll hear a bit of Fabulous Bastards, as well as a bit of Nos, so you're getting a bit of everything there. Very cool. Like the wheels, actually reminds me of the wheels that maybe should have been on here. And I think, oh well, yeah, I actually thought it does. I'm sure these do. Yeah, they slide back like this. Unfortunately, oh yeah, there you go. It does come down to the ground. So your wee car can drive up there, slide her along, and away she goes. Yeehaw. However, now these Honda Civic Customs, really cool. I really, like I said, I like the tempo on this. It looks like Honda Racing Team to me. Very, very cool wee piece this. This will sit in amongst all my Hondas. I've got a lot of Hondas. I generally try to collect one of everything. However, like you just saw before, I do every now and then when I see something I like, I add to them. So that's this one here. You may remember this one here from a past set. Now, Japanese Historics, I think. Number 4. Yeah, number 4. Cool, we set the Japanese Historic number 4. Definitely better, I thought better than the 3. Yeah, there we go, there's number 2. And not to be confused with this one. This one is a Honda Civic Custom. And I actually don't really like this look much. Some of those younger kids out there might like these because I'm imagining this is a drift car. Not really, I don't like the different wheels. I'm always tempted to rip one of the wheels off and re-customize it so they've got the same wheels. So there's the difference of the two there. There is quite a difference. This one is a mainline. Man, you can feel, when you've got them in hand, you can feel the difference between a premium with a metal base and rubber wheels than a mainline. This is light as, and this has got quite chunky and quite hefty. Choice, Honda Civic Custom. Right, last but least, and this one was really popular. I'm guessing it's popular because of the car that's on it. You can see on the back there, I have this one hiding somewhere. I have opened this one for you guys, and now this one here, look at that. This is what we pay over here. Hot Wheels have really increased in prices over here recently, the Toyota Sora. But the reason why I bought it, I actually like the, now let's see if I can pronounce this, Kosuku Hauler. Let me know if I pronounce that right, or in my comments. It would be really nice if you could break it down so I do pronounce it properly. Kosuku Hauler, that's what I'm going to call it today. I am sorry if I've offended anybody by getting the name wrong. However, it is what it is, and I will be what I am. And like I said, if it does offend you, please break it down and put it in my comments. I would like to know how to pronounce things proper. However, I'm never going to get everything right, as my accent is always going to change things a lot. But I bought this for the hauler. I've already got a Toyota Sora. I bought the original Sora from the Fast and Furious. And I do believe, yet again, oh, look at all the plastic on this one. I like this. I do like this. There's a nice big chunk of plastic holding that in place there. Ooh, there we go, got them out. Wasn't so easy with that big chunk of plastic in there. But we'll have a look at the Toyota Sora first. It actually does look quite good in white. If you remember the one in the Fast and Furious, I think it was maroon or a very dark colour red. Yet again, being premium. Man, premiums, I think, have really stepped up their style. They've got a lot better on the details. Sometimes you would get one end detailed and the other one not. Sometimes you got the full detail. But now the wing mirrors, they're good firm metal as well. Metal base, rubber wheels. Wheels actually suit the car. I love that. There's nothing worse than when I buy these premiums and the wheels just don't look right. But this one is definitely a complete piece. Let me know in the comments too if you bought it for the Sora or you bought it for the hauler, because this was the first time I've ever seen this hauler come out. And it's a cool looking hauler. Obviously with its name, it's a Japanese hauler. I don't know if it actually exists. That would be nice to know too, if this is an actual a real hauler. However, just weight wise, even though it's got a metal base, this is actually heavier than this one. So yeah, look at that, and this one's by far a lot smaller. But the cool thing about this one too is I can put a few cars in here. Let's go, let's see. Oh no, I can only fit two. So we'll put the Sora in there. And we'll put the black one on top, black and white. Yeehaw, look at that. Now that's a beast of a hauler right there. I would look twice definitely if this was driving down my street, for sure. Especially with those cars on the back. I enjoy the haulers. Like, the other cool thing about the haulers is if you're lacking in space, you can sometimes pop 2 to 3 cars on the one hauler, and that saves a lot of your space, especially in your dioramas. That won't fit in there, but these ones will. Look at that. Piece of cake. Choice, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my little show. Like I say, I like to try and keep them as short as I possibly can, and that way you guys aren't sitting down watching the telly for too long. Yeah. Anyway, if you find these are too long, I do shorts where I generally open these main lines, and they're only a minute long. So yeah. If you're enjoying everything, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. I love thumbs up. You'll see these in my you'll see them in my shorts all the time. I'm always cheering you guys because you guys are the ones that are watching my show. I am doing this in the sake that you don't have to open your little Hot Wheels boxes. You can keep them nicely in their boxes, and hopefully if you're one of those people that like to sell on, then you can sell them on. Obviously I like to collect them. I have no plans on selling my gear, as I love them. I think they're really cool. Some people get really annoyed with the scalpers, get really annoyed with prices, get annoyed with people that buy and sell. Me personally, mate, you do whatever you want to do. Sometimes I get a little bit frustrated with the scalpers, as there's nothing worse than when you go out and buy a new set comes out and they've taken one car out of the when I say one car, they've taken all that particular car out of the whole set. So if you live in a town like mine where you only have really one or two toy shops, and this guy has gone around and scalped out all those, like say for example this was a set of 5 and you took all these out, so I now have to buy them on the second-hand market, which is frustrating. But you are who you are and you do what you do. If you think you're going to make a big amount of money, I think you're silly. Mate, go out and find those chase cars and sell them straight away, because mate, they seem to sell pretty well straight away. You would have seen on one of my old shows this particular one. Mate, if you found the chase of that, sell that sucker. Right now it's sitting in my country. I saw it come up for $600. He did get laughed at, which is fair enough. It's dropped down to about $200, which, mate, if you really want this that bad, that's fair enough, especially in black and a chase card. Good on you. You won't see me buying something like that though. I'm really happy that I got this particular one because it's very colourful. Looks a lot like I would imagine it looks like on the circuit. The chase car, well, if you're a chase car collector, I do understand that. Anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching my show. Keep it up. Keep those subscribes up. I'm really getting close to that 500 mark. So when I hit that 500 mark, you'll see me open some Redline clubs for you guys. Just because that's what I like to do. You know, like the more my numbers go up, my subscriptions go up, I like to say thanks by opening stuff that you probably wouldn't open. So awesome. That's what I do. Cheers everybody. Good health. Stay safe. Listen to good music. Wear cool t-shirts. Get some colour in your life. Play with your toys. If not, sell them. Do what you got to do. Anyway, stay good. Cheers.